So hello everyone, welcome to another video of Python Snippets interview series by Akansha Academy. In this series, we are discussing questions about Python or Python coding questions which are asked recently in interview rounds of various companies. So like without further much delay, let's start with the first question. And like here we have reverse words in a sentence. Okay, so as always, like we'll be breaking the question down into three simple steps. First of all, we'll understand the question. Okay, that is the most important part. If we understand the question well, then half the battle is already won. Second part is to devise a methodology so that we can implement the solution, right? And third step, which is the simpler step, I would say, which is actual Python coding. So once we are done with the first and the second step, it becomes very easy for us to code the question, like code the problem as well, right? So let's start understanding the question first. Reverse words in a sentence. Okay. So we need to reverse the words which is present in a sentence. For example, let's suppose we have a sentence called I love Python. Okay. So it has three words, I love Python. And the reverse would be Python, love, and I, right? So that is the solution. For that, what method we can adopt is maybe we can break down this into a list so that we can adopt the slicing method and reverse it. And then to form a sentence back, we can join, and the delimiter would be space, right? So if we do this, I think we can achieve this. So we are not creating any, right? We are not creating any function. Rather, let's do one thing. Let's initialize a string called s. Okay, and it will hold the value I love Python. And let's try splitting. So in split method, if we do not provide any particular value so that we can split or the splitter element, then it will be splitting based on space, right? So yeah, it is splitting I love Python. Now what we will do is let's do the string slicing, okay, or list slicing. And yeah, it is reversing the values as well. Python, I love you. Like we are halfway done, and now the only thing required is to join this back with a space, right? And we are done. I think we have provided an extra space. So let's remove that, and yeah, we are done. Okay, so this you can use in multiple other questions also. The split, okay, and join we can use in string slicing also, in sentence slicing also. Maybe like we can have a list, a tuple, or a dictionary which we need to join back. So for all those, like we can use these methods, right? I hope this part is clear, and with that, let's move to the next question. Count vowels and consonants in a string. Okay, so vowels are like A, E, I, O, and U, and remaining all alphabets are consonants, right? So it is asked like in any preliminary round, interview rounds, you might get this question very often. Like in companies like Wipro, CapG, they'll be asking this question for sure. They'll be asking you just to count the number of vowels. Okay, and if you do so, you will clear your interview. So let's start doing this. Okay, now we are clear with the question, right? Now what we need to do, we need to devise a method so that we can implement our code. The method could be, let's suppose we somehow we should know that which like maybe a string which contains all the vowels, and then we can count if like we can iterate through the entire string and we can count if this is in that list. If it is not there and it is an alphabet, then we can mark it as a consonant, right? And then T is there. Okay. O is there. M, A. And another thing like vowels, if we define it as A, E, I, O, U, so it can be capital as well. So what we can do, we can make this as small cap. Okay. And then we'll just compare with, right? We'll compare with this A, E, I, O, U. Okay. Let's suppose we count, we are looking at A. So A is there, so the count of vowels will be count plus 1. U is there, so count of vowels will be. T is not there, but again T is an alphabet, so count of consonants will be count of consonants plus 1. Similarly, O will increase the count of vowels. Similarly, will reach till end. And by the end, if we just print the count of vowels and count of consonants, we'll get the required result. Okay. So for this, we need a loop and an if-else statement. Okay. So first of all, let's define the string which we have. It could be any string, right? And then the lowercase will be s dot lower, right? So we got this automation. Now let's announce initialize count of vowels is equal to 0, count of consonants is equal to 0. Now for I in s underscore low, before that, let's define this vowel set is equal to A, E, I, O, U, right? So for I in s underscore low, if I in v underscore set count of vowels plus is equal to 1. Else if I not in v set and I dot is alpha, okay, then C of consonant plus is equal to 1, right? And then we'll print count of vowels, right? It is 6, and we'll print count of consonants, that is 4. So this is the method, guys, right? As we said, like if you understand the question very well, if you devise a very good and simple method, like we do not need to do rocket science, okay, then the coding part becomes very, very easy for you. The most, like mostly we'll be using either counter, we'll be using split, we'll be doing a loop, okay, iterate through the entire thing, and we'll be using simple if else statement, right? Now let's move to the next question, which is the last question, and this is remove duplicates while keeping order. Okay, so we need to remove the duplicates. So 1, 2, then 2 is a duplicate, 3 is a new thing. one is a duplicate, and 4 is a new thing. Okay. So it should be removing the duplicates. Let's suppose, for understanding sake, what we would do is, let's keep, right? So this is a list. Let's understand the question first. What we need is 1, then 3, then 2, and then 4. This is the result we need. Okay. We are removing the duplicates, but we are keeping the same order, okay, in which they appear in the original list. So this is the question. What we can do, maybe we can take an empty list as the result, and we'll iterate through this. Okay, we'll check 1 is not there in the result, so please add 1. 3 is not there in the result, please add 3. 1 is there in the result, skip. 2 is not there in the result, add. 4 is not there in the result, add. And for the another 2 we are skipping because it is already there in the result, and in this way we'll be ending up getting the result, right? So first of all, like, we are clear with the question, we are clear with the method, and let's start with the simplest step of all, which is implementation of this code, right? And the result would be this. Now we need to iterate through for I in list. If I in result, or rather I should write, if I not in result dot append I, and this is the result, right? And now if we just print the result, we would get 1, 3, 2, and 4, right? It was very simple, but again, these kind of questions are asked in your uh, interview questions if you are appearing for either data engineer or automation tester, or any other question like interview which involves Python, right? They need to test your fundamental understanding. And if you have stayed till this point in the video, guys, please like, share, and subscribe this video. Subscribe to Akansha Academy for more such videos, and you will see the result. Like, you will see the confident. We have other videos also in the interview series. Please watch them. Okay, be prepared. Okay, go through a lot of question, because in interview there is no one to help you. Only one person can help you, and that is you yourself. If you have good understanding, if you understand the questions well, if you have practiced well, then only you will be able to code there. Like, you cannot think that you will go there and try to start coding. Okay, you can only code, okay, if you have practiced well. So practice well, and good luck for your interviews. Okay, keep watching videos from Akansha Academy. Thanks a lot.